spokesperson for South Sudan's President Salva Kiir, Ateny, accompanied by other delegates from South Sudan, presented the United Front as they spoke out against sacked former Vice President and treason suspect Riek Machar. In the wake of the ongoing conflict that is carved along tribal lines in South Sudan, an unspecified number of UPDF soldiers were deployed in South Sudan. Now uncertainty remains over how long Ugandan troops will remain in the country.
They have now withdrawn to Western Equatoria, where they were staying pursuing LRA. So if you bring Kony, then there's no problem. They can come back as soon as possible.
According to Ateny, the government of South Sudan does not have exact figures of the number of people who could have died since violence broke out on 15th December last year. Reports put the dead at over 3,000 in the troubled states of Jonglei, Bor, and Bentu, among others.
Up to now, when you give the exact number, you will either be foolish or you are a prophet, because the number, nobody knows the number up to now. We can just guess, especially those who call themselves experts of South Sudan, and they are sitting in Oxford. They say that 10,000. Can I take somebody sitting in Oxford to tell me how many people has died in South Sudan?
Talks between the two warring factions in South Sudan are expected to resume on the 9th in the capital of Ethiopia, Addis Ababa. These talks are aimed at bringing to an end of a conflict that nearly brought the youngest nation to its knees. However, according to Salva Kiir's spokesperson, Riek Machar has been given new conditions on allegations that he has formed a new movement they do not understand.
So Riek has to tell the mediators that my movement, which is South Sudan Resistance Movement, is the same thing as SPLA in opposition. Unless we are told about that legally, we are now negotiating with two different people here. Unless we go and fight first with the Sudan People Resistance Movement, until we go to negotiating table with that movement, because we have not yet seen their soldiers.
The country is set to hold its first elections in 2016, with sitting President Salva Kiir ready to vie. But will Riek Machar, interested in edging out his former boss, be allowed to contest in what would be seen as a first test of democracy in South Sudan?
It is like you asking me that if Kony come here and compete with President Museveni, would President Museveni allow him to run?
Although a ceasefire agreement between the factions loyal to Kiir and Machar were recently signed, concerns remain that until a peace agreement is signed and international peacekeepers deployed to see that both sides comply with the conditions, fighting for more leverage by the two sides will continue. Sudan Press Secretary, NTV.